What's good, people? I'm your host, Kennard the DJ, back again with another good show like always. Man, I just got off the treadmill, so I'm running a little bit late today, but as per usual, we got a nice little show for you. We got a couple of things that we wanted to run over today, man. There's been a lot of shit happening, man. It's been fucking crazy out here, man. I don't want to give it away right now, but we got a few things, man, I'm sending the link out, man. I ain't got no music today. I noticed they doing the copyright infringement type of deal. And so I'm trying not to play the music bad as I want to. I'm gonna have to slow down on it for copyright reasons and whatnot. It sucks. I mean, it'd be great if you could just play what you want to play, just for no other reason because you dig the music, but it's rules of this shit. Alicia, what's good?
What's going on, Kennard?
I can't call it. How you doing?
Yeah, slow motion.
All right, I see we got Eb in the building, Alicia in the building. What's happening, Eb?
What's going on, E Boogie?
And I don't know what to do.
Go on, Eartha. Sing, Eartha. Sing.
Watch out. And you know what's so
Sing, Eartha.
Thing to do. That's all. Y'all know I ain't gonna sing too much of a damn church song. All right, here we go.
Shit, let it happen. Shit.
It burned. It burned, Jamal. It burned.
That's so funny that you were singing because I was just talking about copyright infringement. Why I can't play no music. So I'm like, well, shit, that fit right in there because we ain't gonna get hit for that.
I don't think so.
I hope not. We should be good.
No. They don't know what I was singing. What?
Okay, well then, yeah, we in good shape. How y'all been the last week?
What about the dressing?
Good.
That's good. Good news. Good to hear. Alicia,
how you been? What happened this week? What happened the week since we've been partying?
Oh shit, it's been a lot of shit. Y'all pardon me. I just came from off the treadmill, so I'm a little off key.
You're tired.
I'm not tired. Shit, I'm a ways from tired. I had dozed off when I got in here. I got a bad habit of doing that. I don't get a lot of sleep. But
no, I looked up. It was 3:51. Y'all was still messaging. I said, y'all better take y'all ass to sleep. Dressing, of course, I'ma like it. You got cranberry sauce?
No. Girl, if you don't get your fat behind,
you gotta eat. Hey, man.
Hey, Miss Martha. Don't let her eat up all your food, Miss Martha. Send her back home.
Baby, I can't now. I have to give it to her because I'm a bit on the chubby side.
I'm helping her.
You slim thick. Your mom slim thick.
Bree, like that.
Bree.
I'm slim thick, Bree.
Oh, Lord.
Alicia, taught her something. Did you hear? Tell her.
Girl, yeah, I heard her tell Bree she's slim thick. Tell your mom don't be going around saying that, so she gonna get something she ain't looking for.
Wait. You should have seen the way Bree just looked at us because she ran in here and told Bree, I'm slim thick.
Don't you say that out loud outside, Miss Martha. You gonna get something you ain't looking for.
Watch out now.
What was that, baby? Explain it to me.
Mama,
that to me.
See? Yeah, you're embarrassing me. Come on, let's go.
I'm embarrassing.
Yeah, you really ain't. Now they know where the hell it come from. Now they know where it come from.
What?
Close her door. Well, hello, y'all. Sorry, I'm hungry.
And stop talking about me.
Don't eat. You gotta eat.
I want some dressing.
That's some macaroni and cheese.
I don't want no mac. I want some dressing. So dressing with some gravy on.
I offer.
She's gonna fry some okra. I might hang around.
You can fry some okra.
Girl, that sounds good. You can't have dressing that okra.
Okay, so I got a message from Will.
Because you're 1,000 years old.
I'm thinking Will go get half.
He told us that last time.
Okay. Yeah, he usually do that. He usually he usually be in about a half hour after. So he usually catch us the end of the first one or going into the second one. So I put the code out there for Mika. I sent it to John, and we'll just wait around and or we can get started.
That's
Give me 1 minute. I'm about to put myself on mute.
I'm trying to find this. I was gonna look for some videos. Okay, so for everybody that don't know, go ahead, Alicia. Okay, so for everybody that don't know, we actually got a wide variety of topics tonight, and I'm trying to organize this shit because this was all coming from the messages and stuff, and so we definitely wanted to talk about the Sacramento mall shooting. At first, when I say again,
I don't know too much about that.
all right,
I guess
cool.
I have time to look into it then, huh?
Well, I'm gonna pull a video up, and it's been a couple of updates. This happened like last week.
Yeah, I know. Weren't the shooters black or something?
Oh, well, yeah.
Well, see, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, ironically that you said that. But you know, this type of shit niggas be on. But anyway, okay. So we're gonna pull that mall shooting up. They did manage to catch, from my knowing, they caught one of the guys. I thought it was a chick at first. Like on the glare, you know what I'm saying? And I looked, I'm like, oh, that's a dude. Cause he ain't had no, like, from what I recall, he had no really like facial hair. So I thought it was a chick. So I was like, man, that's crazy. But it turned out it was a dude. But it was just something that was going on that I wanted to bring to the show. And then you had that shooting over in Pittsburgh. You know anything about that?
I saw they was at an Airbnb.
Yeah, it was like 200 people up in there. And so they were shooting in there. I don't know how many people, a couple people got hurt. I think maybe 2 people got killed. So there's been a lot of shootings.
It has been. And it was some school shootings or something too.
I ain't hearing about no school shootings.
I thought last week it was something about some school shootings.
No. You got any articles or nothing on it or anything? Because I didn't know nothing about it.
Look, wait, how do you do that? I don't know. Oh, here it is. Look, y'all, that's what I'm concentrating on. Sorry.
I know that. Oh, you eating good over there.
Yeah, I'm upstairs freeloading. That's why.
Shit, you gotta eat. I ain't mad at you. Go on eat.
Eating out the side of your look. Even the dog up here begging to eat.
They looking for whatever fall on the floor. Once it fall on the floor, it's gone.
Yeah, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely her.
Typical dog. I grew up with them. That's how they do. They'll sit back the whole time you eating. They'll be sitting right there, waiting for something to fall.
Well, at least he just sit there. My cat's so damn rude. He'll be here. I have to damn near slap him and push him down because he be all trying to get all up in my plate. Or he'll sit there and do me like this until I turn around.
Oh, see, I didn't know cats even like table food. But it makes sense. I mean, yeah.
Well, Panther not even a cat no more. He like 90.
What is he?
He's 18.
Is he really 18?
But if
He old. He old. He humps on me. He's disgusting. Yeah.
He likes, oh, damn, I forget this one. The Cam Newton thing.
what about Cam Newton?
Well, you know, he got a lot of people upset off of what he said. So it's actually a few videos I want to pull up. And it's just like this show is a little different. But we've done shows like this before. Will be a bunch of things, you know, to talk about. So it's kind of just miscellaneous, but it's a lot of shit been happening. Tashina Arnold said some shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now, see, I don't understand what the problem was and what she said.
I don't think so. I get why people took issue to it or maybe corrected her, but I don't think it was like a big of a deal as people tried to make it out to be.
What y'all talking about?
Tashina
Arnold.
Oh, well, I mean, that was a good question. What was the problem with it?
Like, I get why some people, you know, they might say that, you know, that emasculation is like one girl, it made sense. She was like, you know, it's pretty much saying a man is emasculated means that we pretty much the Western determination of what a man looks like, but especially when you talk about black men were kind of given their masculinity by white men. which meant that men don't cry, men are always violent, men, they emulate like masculinity, and what they define as masculinity is the fucking destructive ass white man. Like when you talk about masculinity, you don't never hear about like a man being like patient or kind. It's always like he ready to fight, he ready to tear for shit, he that part of it. So I think that a lot of people were correcting her on basically just saying that, emasculating the men or talking about what masculinity look like. We only look at it from what we've been taught masculinity looks like, and what we've been taught is by a race of people that are savage anyway. So when you talk about a man that's like, when you have a sensitive man or something like that, usually they're called fags or they're labeled as being. I'm serious. Like if you think about it, if you see a man cry, even with good reason, most people look at him like, what's going on with his soft ass? Like it's not appropriate for a man to like have those kind of feelings. Like the feeling that is appropriate to a man is like anger and rage.
Well, that's half true. I mean, that's part of it. I mean, I guess I would say the anger and rage would be with these new dudes out here now. But
and when I say anger and rage, I don't mean that black men are like actually acting on it, but I'm saying that for a man to cry, it's unacceptable. But for a man to be angry, it's more acceptable to society. Like if you get mad as a man, that's an understandable and acceptable response to anything that you go through. That's what a man does, right? But when you talk about a man being like sad or crying, most people be like, shit, what's wrong with dude? What's wrong with buddy? Why are you crying? That's not an acceptable, although it's natural, and although you definitely have those emotions, it's more acceptable for you to tear up as a man to tear up things than it is to like cry or have that any kind of emotion that has you kind of vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. I get that. I think that, well, masculinity to me is like it just really comes down to opposite of femininity, to me. I mean, and it may sound, I don't know how I want to say it.
Say it.
But then you have to look up that these are constructs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I get that. I get that too. I'm not taking away from that. But it's taught behavior. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you're gonna typically you would teach your boys certain shit and you would teach your girls certain shit. Okay. But what Tashina Arnold was saying was, what could Black women do to stop the effeminization of Black boys? I think that's what that may not be verbatim.
Emasculated. She used the word emasculated, but I don't.
The word emasculated. I saw that.
But I don't think it was anything like. I think it was a valid question. I understand why some people wanted to chime in and tell her, how they felt about it. But I don't think that it was a trivial or a newsworthy question. Like, I mean, I think it's an okay question to ask. Like, and even after you get through defining what masculinity is and the world that we live in, like, what do we do as Black women? What can we do to, even if you don't want to use the word emasculating, what can we do to build the Black man up? Because I think essentially that's what she was asking.
And then you probably couldn't even ask that because people still a good attitude about it. You know what I'm saying? And today's.
But you got to look at who's getting attitudes about this shit, though. Like, who's the people butthurt about this? Either it's women that emasculate men, or men who feel emasculated. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at the shit. Look at who's mad about it.
Friends. Amity Hotep friends are Hebrew Israelites.
Listen, I don't know how the fuck they found me, but for the past 2 days, I've been battling them fucking Hebrew Israelites. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, they've been going there. That's why I said they've been going at it. They've been on Ebony.
What happened? What went down?
Because I said I didn't partake of that bullshit. I didn't say it like that at first. I'm like, that's your religious belief. I disagree. Because they keep coming on my post talking about some, you a Hebrew Israelite, you the true children of Israel and all that shit. I'm like, no, I ain't. Oh, well, you stupid. You lost. You must be a dumb Christian. Oh, motherfucker, you got me fucked up.
Why you gotta be a Christian? Because you don't.
Always. That's the one thing about like Hebrew Israelites. They're just like Ebony Pop. She said, y'all just like Christians because they so strong with it. Like, I don't have to believe what you believe. And it's like, and a lot of black folk, that's another reason why we can't come together. You can believe what you want to believe, but y'all they feel pressed to want to pressure you into believe like I don't agree with what you, I don't see it that way. And respect me enough to leave me alone. Like you can say what you want to say, but okay, I don't agree with that, and leave me alone. Stop trying to fucking convert me. And they angry when they do it too. Like they're hot. The hostility alone, like especially the Hebrew Israelites, they're so hostile that when you come across them, you be like, man, shit, if I was interested, I ain't no more because y'all too, you too strong with it. Sometimes you have to say what you're gonna say. Like the truth is the truth. You can just say the truth and let it sit with somebody and they'll come back to it and do what they want to.
Right.
But if
Then
your
they
job
got
is
mad
the
at me
issue
because I went in on AI. So I'm like, y'all Hebrew Israelites, but I said, what version of the Bible do y'all read?
They definitely do
Motherfucker
read
say.
from the Bible.
and
They
there's several
said
versions
the
of
King
that.
James
So,
though, the King James Bible, and I'm like,
and that's
that
from a gay
motherfucker's
man
against everything.
who
That's against
rewrote the
everything
Bible
I
to fit the
believe
shit he
in.
was doing.
Mm.
Right, and he was incestuous, homosexual.
Mm.
He hated women, and right to this day, that nigga buried next to his boyfriend.
Say a lot.
King James.
But they, well.
Look, don't get me started on this shit. But they've been on my ass all week. You don't even know.
But
Like,
you know what?
what the fuck?
That's it's cool in a way because it's whatever you saying, it's touching people. You know what I'm saying? To prompt them to, they ain't just agreeing. Like when anytime everybody just agree. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you have to take that with a grain of salt compared to when, people will challenge you. You know what I'm saying? That's it. To me, that's more valid. So
Look,
I
I'm
just look at
trying
it
to say
like
fashion choices too. I'm like, y'all walk around here dressed like show enough and shit.
they do. They had a no, but you know what? I ain't gonna lie. Like, I mean, I guess it depends. For me, it's not really like it's the message. I have came across some videos with some of them guys, and I like what they said because I can kind of tune out the loud tones and the aggressiveness and just listen to what they say. But that's just me, and that's just some, but not all. So I can kind of
But
go.
for a message, you shouldn't have to do all of that. If it's a message,
True.
you shouldn't have to try to filter through somebody's emotions to understand what they're trying to say.
Well, they do the same shit in the church.
Exactly.
I mean, really, everybody does it. I mean, really, if you go, you can go wherever you want to go. You're going to have some people, whoever the speaker is, some of them is going to be aggressive. Some of them is going to be more passive. It just depends.
I don't think it's a speaker. I think it's like outside of the, it's not just the Hebrew Israelite. It's like anybody who, like, you see these people that, okay, you believe strongly what you believe.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you get to come over here and try to permeate what you believe on me. Like okay, I hear you. I don't agree with that. You don't keep on telling me I'm lost and I'm this and I'm that, because that now you becoming insulting. Like, nigga, I don't agree with that. And then you don't want to create friction. Like, respect the fact that I don't agree with you on that shit and leave it alone. Like, we don't have to agree. But when you get to calling me lost and all, nigga, you over here, if the truth is the truth, what you arguing about? It's the truth.
That's what they push me.
What we arguing about?
And
Give it to me. Give it to me and leave it alone. Because if it's the truth, you can't hide from the truth. The truth is gonna be the truth all day, every day. Give me what you see as the truth and let me decide. But when you have to beat somebody and keep on and do all this, that can't be the truth, because the truth don't require you to do all that.
You shouldn't have to.
Now wait a minute. I met the weirdest one today, Alicia. Now this one threw me for a loop. I really almost 1 minute didn't know what to say. I ran into a Gullah Geechee Hebrew Israelite who tried to tell me that the Gullah Geechee, yes.
Gullah Geechee Hebrew, is that how's that a thing?
That's
how
what
you
I'm saying.
Geechee and a Hebrew Israelite? How that work?
Explain to me what a Geechee is first. Anybody tell me?
Some of our songs got Yah in it. Like, motherfuckers, what?
Okay. Did I miss something?
No.
Oh.
You ain't
So Gullah
nothing.
Geechees are, I think they're prevalent in South Carolina.
Okay.
They're part of the
Georgia.
I believe they're part of the Maroons. Back in the days, they had Maroons, and Maroons were the black people who like fought and killed off their slave masters, and they had these little pocketed towns. But the Gullah Geechees, they were some badass people. Like they maintained their own language, their own spirituality. They maintained a lot of stuff. And so with
Yeah.
the Gullah Geechees, they're really supposed to,
They
from
have
what I
the
understand, they had their own kind of not only dialect, but their own worship kind of spirituality. So a Gullah Geechee and a Hebrew Israelite don't match because they're not like
They
Gullah
like the ones
Geechees
that
are
got
more
left behind.
spiritual, more from the motherland than they are from Hebrew Israelites. So I don't understand. And maybe I'm wrong in it. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'm not
I
saying it right.
started
But it don't
asking some
sound right.
I started asking some questions they couldn't answer. That's when they started all coming in. It's like they was like, "Hey, go check out her page. She finna find us out." You know, some shit like that.
But
I'm telling you, because I was like, so that means that, you know, that with Jewish, don't you think some of that would have trickled down into the religions that we have today, like voodoo or whatever? I don't know shit that has to do with Jewish traditions in voodoo or hoodoo or Santeria. Couldn't answer that shit. So that's when I started becoming lost.
I think it's just we all learn about so-called religions and stuff like that from these books that we don't personally know the person who wrote it. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it from the core of it. So it's really all faith-based. It's your faith is your faith.
And not only who wrote it, what the hell did they really write?
Right. And how many times was it? What was
those are
taken
their
out?
languages.
And
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
you
saying?
know, it's and books through time, you know, or even movies. You see this with film. Like you can look at one movie and say it's like The Wizard of Oz, the first Wizard of Oz, right? And then you look at the new version and it's different shit in the new version than it was that wasn't in the first version. So it's essentially the same thing with books because somebody else got a different vision or a different meaning to what they saw, or they didn't like this, they didn't like that, so they took it out, they put this in. So it's essentially the same thing.
Let me say this, you know, and I ain't saying this just because I'm a Muslim, but people that they the Quran has never changed. The Quran is only one Quran. There's only one book, and it's no matter where you get it, it's the same book, and also people memorize it. So you have people that actually know the whole Quran.
Wow.
So even if you don't, like if you lose it, you have Hafs that God dang it. That a Hafiz that a Hafiz that they can recite like from beginning to end. Like you have people that like children 19 years old, you have elders, like people like literally learn. So you have like not only word of mouth, but the Quran is one book that you can pick up anywhere. Like I have several of them. They all say the same thing.
I got one in high school. One of my buddies gave me one, and I have it here. As a matter of fact, here it is.
That's old.
Yeah, it's got dust on it and everything. But he gave me this book in high school, and I have not been in this book in a long time. The pages are sticking together. But I do have one. I also have a Bible, among other things.
How many do you have though?
How many Bibles or Qurans?
Bible. I mean, because the Quran doesn't change, but I know like the King James Bible. Then they have the what was it? The New
Testament? I don't know.
No, it's called oh man. They have several different kinds of Bibles.
Let me see which one I got.
Type stuff.
I can check. I don't know. Shit. What the hell is this sticking on the back of this? See, this show how much I read this stuff. Wait, hold on. This is I think this one came from my grandmother.
So you got the American Standard Version, you got the Amplified, you have the American Transliteration.
No, this one said, huh?
You have the 300. They say it's quite a few of them.
Well, this one says containing Old and New Testaments. It's the New King James Version.
So you have the King James Version of the Bible.
The new one.
But you know they have like the American Transliteration Bible, the Amplified Bible, the American Standard Bible. Apparently they have a lot of wow.
Yeah, it's a bunch of them. This one came out in 82.
the Aramaic English, New Testament, the Christian sculptures, the Common Edition of the New Testaments. Damn.
They got a lot of different versions of the same book. That's
Yeah.
in itself.
Everything in that goddamn book is a lie. The Aramaic version, it has to be. Let me tell you why. That's a dead language.
Aramaic.
It's a dead language.
So what about Hebrew? What about a Hebrew version of the Bible?
That's not a dead language.
No, I'm just asking because somebody out there has copies of that. So
But see, there's different versions, and just like Spanish, there's different dialects of Hebrew.
I didn't know that.
So chances are that that's not the same Hebrew. Or it's not going to translate the same.
And also, like again with the King James, like King James altered his version of the Bible. He altered to fit with what he was doing too. So you have people that altered those texts and left out, omitted text. Because the Archdiocese they have texts that they refuse to show anybody.
They're not even in the Vatican nowhere or nothing.
Yeah, you can't get to them though. They refuse to, like they have. It's plenty of books. It's more books than that have been revealed. There's more books. They just refuse to show people.
I like the Book of Enoch.
The Book of Enoch, that's a good book. The Book of Enoch is really good. But you wonder what do you all have? And then, even like when you talk about the holidays, Christianity, that started with the Romans. That's a pagan holiday where men were having sex with each other and giving each other gifts. This is what it was. And even with the knowledge of that's what it was, like they still continue to do it. Like, y'all know it's bullshit, but you do it anyway. Like Jesus was not born in the winter, and everything that you read in the Bible says that, like, he could not be born in the winter with everything that was going. He was born in the summertime, but to uphold the holidays that you have, this is what y'all do.
But it's kind of ill. I was thinking about I've been putting this thing off forever. I wrote out this whole big thing about Black Pete. It's a character, Black Pete, and Saint Nicholas. And it was
if you talk about that one more time and don't present it,
I've been wanting to do it.
You've been talking about it all for over a month now.
Yeah, I just because it's so much that it's not organized, is what it really comes to. It's not organized to where I could just put it out and it makes sense. But it ties in with Christianity. And then I was thinking about, I can't even, I want to talk about it, but I don't, if that makes sense. But this kind of goes with that. You know what I'm saying? So, but one of these days, I don't know if I'm going to do it here on this show or if I'm going to do it by myself, but I'm going to present that. And I might wait till fucking Christmas to do it. Because that's the time when it would really be relevant, is because that's when, you know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. So, but that's what that reminds me of. Yeah. So
it's gonna be Kennard Hotep hour.
You about to be a Hotep?
Oh no, I don't even know what that is. What is a Hotep? I know it's a
real
Egyptian. Is it Hotep was an Egyptian?
No, it's these groups of like Black people, right?
Yeah.
They're real conscious, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
be
like, they get on your nerves.
Greetings, my sister of the rising sun of the third pyramid behind the alley dumpster. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
And then they be like, instead of using like the word I, just the letter I, they spell EYE and shit. It's like, what the fuck?
They do it too much. I didn't even know they exist. Where are these guys? What?
If you ever seen somebody on your post, so call themselves like, Moorish or whatever it is,
no.
pay attention. They don't say I like I am going to the store, the letter I. It's gonna be EYE. I'm going to the store. Like, how long do it take you to remember that shit to type it?
You're doing too much. That's crazy. Now, I never heard of them. Never heard of them.
They everywhere. You didn't heard of them. I promise you.
You ain't
You
paying
know
no
a couple
attention.
probably.
You ain't paying no attention. Right. We all know at least one.
I don't.
I think I'm that one in my family though. I think because every time I come around my family, they be like,
Shit, I know I'm
here
one.
she go with this shit.
Nah, that's something new to me. I
Wait,
can't-
Alicia, I had put up on Facebook once things that I would say, right? Why 3 or 4 people came on there tomorrow, and I'd be like the white man. I was like, man, fuck y'all. Gotta hurt my feelings.
Somebody got to do it.
Mhm.
Shit cracked me up. And who leading it off was my damn child. I was like, you know what? I should have never pushed you out.
Y'all gotta get up on my main man, Neely Fuller. If y'all ain't checking with him, I know I might have made mention of him before, but y'all need to get up on Neely Fuller. He said a lot of shit that's real.
Neely Fuller.
Neely Fuller Jr.
I've listened to a little bit of his stuff.
He's
I'm gonna have to go back.
I try to listen to all of everything I can find that he's talking about, because everything he says is direct and to the point. And you know, everything from, you know, a lot of the, like with these shootings that we was talking about today, and police, and you know, and white supremacy and things of that nature. He's dead on with it. So that's somebody I would suggest, you know, if y'all ever get a chance, just click on one of his videos. They even got like little cartoons. They did a little cartoon. Yeah.
That's what got me really paying attention to him, was them little cartoons they have.
Yeah. Those are they're like quick little videos, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever. Watch those. Telling you, it's hard to stop watching them. At least for me, at least it is for me. You know, so. But yeah, like I said, we're going back to the topics. I know we got a little off track, but you know, we always get right back.
As usual.
I mean, but that's cool because it's, you know, that's what we do. You know, shit,
Right.
we make it happen, and we got about 9 minutes on this first one. So the first one's gonna end, and most likely we'll get Will on the next one. I ain't heard nothing from John or Mika, so we'll just see. But yeah, the Sacramento shooting, it was in a mall. Okay, so Eb, you said you didn't know nothing about it.
I mean, I heard about it, and I found out that the shooter was black.
Yeah.
But that's all I heard about it.
Okay, I wanted to pull some videos up, start trying to, you know, do that a little more to kind of give a visual for these topics and stuff. But yeah, you had that shooting there. Oh, you had the one dude that got shot by the cop in Grand Rapids.
Lawyer.
Yeah, that nigga.
Hey, man, what you mean, yeah, that nigga?
Oh boy.
What did he do?
What didn't he do?
What did he do that warrant being killed, though?
I'm not saying it warranted being killed. I'm saying, what did he do that at first the dude was riding around, he had somebody else's plate or sticker on the car. Okay, so that's either you stole a plate or you stole a car.
Or you don't have no plate for your kind. I'm speaking from experience.
You
I took a plate. Yeah.
Shit. I wouldn't do it.
I mean, I ain't saying it's right, but I ain't saying it's right. I think, but I think that because it you know, you aggravate me sometimes, and I be want to fight you.
What I say?
Because you said this, that. I'm gonna say because you said that nigga, and then you preface we talking about him being murdered. You preface that with the fucking license plate, because whatever it was, like sure, it was illegal, and he should have been arrested, and he committed a crime. But at the same time, we see all these white boys that shoot up shit. We've seen white boys actually attack the cop, and then you make that face, but they walk away more times than not. They walk away unharmed or at least alive, right? So you're talking about somebody who at best maybe stole a car or stole a license plate at best.
Okay.
These are people that are trained like that. That'd be like you and I were in the military, right?
Yeah.
We were in the military. So we couldn't just walk up on nobody and because they said boot us, we couldn't shoot them, right? Because the expectation is we've been trained for combat and defense. So somebody saying boot us should not start us from shooting up the joint, right? Can't shoot up the club for that. Why is it that civilians are expected to have more self-control than an actual cop. Like at some point, you still have to like he committed a crime. There are protocols. So, you know, they do have protocols. So are you if you're not following the protocols or if you're being excessive, then you need to be called on that charge. And that doesn't mean that people get to walk away from their crime or it excuses the crime, but certainly you don't get to kill people because they've committed, because then you're becoming the judge, the jury, and the executioner, and that's not your job. Your job isn't even really to stop crime. You're just really there to arrest whatever happens after that. That's what you're there for.
I think their job is
This is what I look at. This is what I look at. Now, I went to school. I was in school for psychology, for what I wanted to do, which is deal with people in trauma and fucked up situations, right?
okay.
It was basically gonna take me, let me see, I was at 4 more years to do what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
A police officer pretty much is in the same capacity, whereas they are dealing with people in complex, sometimes emotional, sometimes traumatic situations.
Mhm.
They go to school for 6 months.
Hey, did y'all see that video with the cop? It was 2 white cops. I can't remember what city it was in, where it was a lady in a bathroom and she was having some kind of mental breakdown. Like in the bathroom, like she was having some kind of mental, like she wasn't tearing up anything. She didn't have a gun or anything. She was just like in a bathroom having this like mental breakdown and you could hear her. And so the white woman cop was banging on the door, like fucking antagonizing her. Like antagonizing her and laughing at her, like poking fun at her and shit. And the lady, like again, she wasn't armed. She was just in the bathroom, and you know they ended up breaking open the door and like snatching her ass out of there, and still making fun of the fact that it was like, well, you know, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. But this lady was elderly and she was mentally ill, and the lady officer was like fucking with her while she's having this mental episode. And so you wonder where these people, like, where's the training? Like that was, and she's 70 years old. Like, why would you antagonize somebody that's literally having a mental breakdown? And they're still like, you still have cops out here that are not being trained and find this shit funny as hell.
Was she with anybody? Was she by herself?
She was by herself, and it didn't really say how, like exactly how she got to in that bathroom. They just cut to like the officer standing there. 2 officers were standing there. She was in the bathroom, and I guess the bathroom door was locked. And she was like having this episode. She was saying somebody was trying to get her or some shit like that. And the white officer, she was like fucking poking fun at her, and you know, like antagonizing her, kind of making the episode worse until they just finally snatched open the door and snatched her out of here. But this is a elderly lady too.
Up her face. They messed up her face real bad.
What's the lady's name?
I can't remember the name.
It was I swear, Bob. Oh, I don't even know. But
how long ago did this happen?
A few months ago.
Give me 1 second. I'll look it up.
Okay, if you look it up and then put it in the group chat, I want to see that video because I ain't heard nothing about it.
Man, it's crazy. It's really disheartening because you think about like how they've been talking about like mental health in general in the past few years about police and mentally ill people, and just to see them like antagonizing this person and when they were asked for a quote from the precinct, they basically said that they can understand why the public will see it as off-putting, but the officers follow protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Will.
What's going on?
Yeah, Will, what's good,
fella? They're laying down like you Spider-Man.
You got that right. It's time to relax now.
Welcome in, bro. What's good with you, man?
Nothing much, man. What's good with y'all?
I could not found it. There you go.
Okay, look, we're gonna take that. I ain't gonna put it because we got 2 minutes left on this one. I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna roll it into the next taping so we can check this out.
What happened?
Oh, so some 70-year-old bipolar lady.
We don't know if she was bipolar. She had some kind of mental illness.
No, that's what the video says. It says this.
Oh, she's bipolar?
Yeah.
Bipolar. Says the officer last before tasing and arrested 70-year-old bipolar lady. I want to check this shit out because I didn't hear nothing about it. Apparently this happened a couple of months ago. But it kind of ties in with everything that we're talking about. Basically with some shootings and some police and you know, our people and they people, well,
These are our people.
our people, they people, blah, 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 blah. We was talking about dude, man, you know, Alicia ain't like my comments on it, but I'll get over it, you know.
What happened?
Nah, the nigga that got shot by the cops, right?
We were talking about Loyal and what Kanai was like, this nigga. We like, damn, what?
Because it was avoidable. That's why I said that. It was avoidable.
But
You said that about all
even
of
in that,
them.
like, it should not be a thing where it's avoidable. If even if I stole a car or stole a license plate, it should not be the thing to say, well, it was avoidable for the police to murder me. They're not supposed to fucking do that.
I'm saying it was avoidable to steal a fucking car.
I mean, it might, we don't know. I don't know if he stole a car or not. I'm just saying, but that
That's
doesn't mean that
That's alleged.
but the police should still have some self-restraint. They are the trained professionals.
Okay,
That's all I'm saying.
Put this way. Now, you know you was wrong. If you don't know you was wrong, the police is coming to saying you wrong. Okay, so in my mind, right, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I fucked up. You know what? A ticket is better than a bullet. I can live to tell about a ticket. I won't live to tell, most likely, from a bullet. That's what I'm going at. We need to start using our better judgment. Don't rely on the fucking cops. Don't rely on their